I'm playing Minecraft!
This is my older brother, David. He's been diagnosed with ADD, and I realized I've never talked to him about it.
Anyways, my name is David Howard. I'm 24 years old, and I am currently looking for a job.
That's it?
Well, what else do you want me to add?
What are your... You got some hobbies?
I play video games almost to an unhealthy level.
And does that have to do anything with your ADD?
Absolutely.
How long have you had ADD, or when were you diagnosed?
Well, we kind of suspected that I've had ADD for most of my life. I've never paid that much attention in elementary school. I tend to just get distracted by so many things. I wasn't fully diagnosed with ADD until I started college. I believe it was my second semester of my freshman year when I was finally diagnosed.
And after you were diagnosed, are you able to look back at younger times and notice oh, that was ADD, I've definitely had this for a longer amount of time?
Yeah, I definitely could say that.
So people probably think that it's harder for you to have this, or maybe some things are easier. Obviously school and paying attention is harder, but is there anything that's
just
easier too?
Well, I will admit, paying attention to a singular subject, someone with ADD, if it does not catch my interest, I tend to lose interest of it very quickly. So because of that, I tend to bounce around to different things. But thanks to that, it actually helped me learn how to multitask better. So, oddly enough, it can help as well as hinder. So, maybe you're going for a job that requires you to stay on top of several things at once. Having ADD might be able to help you with that.
Do you think having ADD has helped you in any of your past jobs?
It really depends on the job. At Walmart, I was too busy on focusing on not getting hit by a car to really,
use your brain.
Yeah. While I was at Pure Fishing, considering we had to bounce around with quite a few side projects, I definitely say it did help me out a bit.
What is your medication you're on?
I no longer take medication for my ADD. Mostly.
Wait, really? When did that happen?
Years ago. I haven't taken it since I dropped out of Clemson.
But you take a pill every day.
Yeah, that's for my depression.
Ah!
See, I stopped taking the ADD because it pretty much the ADD medication because it pretty much negated my depression medication.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, having ADD also kept my mind occupied enough that my depression doesn't just backhand me out of nowhere.
So you're one of those cases where you live with ADD and you don't use medication or anything. You just it's just who you are.
I just kind of live with it because I think it's better to have varying attention than suicidal depression.
Yes.
Well, I'm not that far, but
No.
I did have moments back at Clemson, but because I was both on that ADD medication and the depression medication, I think that it just kind of canceled each other out, or the depression at least canceled the ADD medication. I'm not a pharmacist. I'm just guessing here, but
you're an engineer.
I am technically. Some of it came with studying. When our parents were expecting me to study, I usually just stay holed up in my room, have the door closed, and I just study on my bed or by my desk or whatever. So there were days where I'd, study for hours. That was not true, however. Most of that time I was pulling out my DS and playing video games. And when I heard the door open, I would hide it away almost instantly and just look back at my notebook. I'm actually surprised I managed to graduate with honors, and close to highest honors with my mindset throughout high school. I mean, I was actually pretty mellow through high school. Most of the stories I have about college were mostly just the band. Honestly, I treated college the same way I treated high school. I barely paid attention in class, and I pretty much studied the night before. And in high school, that worked. I graduated with honors. I don't know how. In college, I pretty much failed my first... not my first two. I actually passed my first semester. But I pretty much failed my second year of college. So I pretty much had to reevaluate myself, say, okay, this is not working. I need to do something else. So I basically dropped out of Clemson and decided to continue my education at York Tech. I was terrible in 4th grade. I think I got sent to the principal's office twice, actually.
Didn't you throw up in school too?
Yeah, that was during my 7th grade. I remember this. We had this project for, it was National History Day, I think.
Oh, screw that.
Yeah. So for my project, I chose to do the Wright brothers. Sorry,
I just remember this.
Yeah, I, was doing the work on my project, and I was expecting it to be due, let's see, I believe it was Tuesday some week. Now, during this time where I was doing this project, I had to miss a day of school because I got sick. So apparently during that one day where I was absent, they changed the due date to the Monday instead of that Tuesday.
So you lost one day.
So I lost one day, and nobody told me. I had no notifications about it at all.
It was terrible.
So I remember coming into school on Monday, and I'm seeing all these kids bringing in their National History Day projects. It was like, oh, I guess they got them done early. So I remember, I think I was talking to the vice principal, and he mentioned that they were due today, and I started panicking hard, like in tears. I remember throwing up in the hallway. So I was sent to the principal's office so he could try to calm me down. And he sent me home so I could actually work on the project and get it turned in later that day. God bless that man.
So now as you've retold that story, do you think that was mostly like just anxiety and fear, or like do you think that was like...
Oh, that was definitely anxiety. Because, in my experience, schools are like, you gotta get good grades, or you'll have no future.
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
hate to say it, but that's pretty much how it's been for a while now.
Yep. Oh, and talk about what just happened recently.
Oh yeah, I went in for an interview for a job on Thursday. A place called Special Service Plastic. So I won't go into too many details, but halfway through my interview, I threw up.
Wait, this was during the interview?
This was during the interview.
I thought it was before.
No, this was halfway through.
What did you do? Did you go to the bathroom?
We were outside, so I threw up next to the flagpole.
Oh, did you at least say, like, I'm sorry, I'm not feeling well, give me a second, or did you literally just, like, in the middle of talking, you vomited?
Like, a few minutes before this happened, I notified him, like, I am sorry, I'm feeling very anxious, and I kind of feel a little sick to my stomach, but I'm gonna see if I can power through this. So the place is divided into two buildings, so we're going from one to the next, and I started going into a coughing fit, and that led to me throwing up. I believe my words after I finished were, I said that I leave a strong impression. This is not what I meant.
Oh my god, there's a bug crawling on the wall.
That is a spider.
It's just in frame, so I'm like, people are gonna see that.
I already lost it. Where the hell did it go?
He's on the brown part, the frame.
Okay, yeah, I see it now.
I mean, I guess that's pretty much it. It kind
See,
of turned
ADD,
into...
we get distracted easily. Look at the spiders.
We're like, freaking spiders.